Hey, what's going on everybody? This is Noble, and today we're going to be doing the final installation of the INFERNOBLE Knight deck profiles, which is the INFERNOBLE/Noble Knight deck profile. So I am really excited about this one because if you know me, you know I love the Noble Knights. Just being able to combine that with the INFERNOBLEs has been a ton of fun. Honestly, like as I was doing this, I realized there's a lot of different ways you could take this deck. This particular build. But this one, I tried to make it as even between the INFERNOBLEs and the Noble Knights as best as I could. Again, there's a lot of different ways you could do it, but I tried to make it as even as I could. But real quick before we get into that, I do want to mention I'm close to 900 now, so which means we're getting close to 1,000, which is massive. The channel is not even 6 months old yet, so the fact that we're getting that close is just like so humbling. I cannot thank you guys enough. So I want to do a little bit of something. So I'm going to be doing a giveaway when I hit 1,000, which is going to be, I'm giving away this custom made mat that I actually ordered from Paomangamats, which is access code Infinity, and then IP is over here. You can't really see her too well, but she's right here. I'm also going to be giving away IP on top of all this. It's all going to one person, not this one. It'll be a secret rare, parallel secret rare one. A Borlo Savage and Apollosa as well. So all of these, some sleeves actually, and this mat. When I hit 1K, that's going to happen. And if we hit 1,000 this month, I will also throw in the king himself. I'll throw in a Dragoon if we hit it 1,000 in September. So that's a little bit down the road, but just be keeping an eye out on information on that. This is, I just want to do something special. You guys have been amazing. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to give away some really good things. And like I said, if we hit 1K this month, you also get the king as well. So let's get into this, guys. To start off with, I'm going to be running 3 INFERNOBLE Knight Renaud, or however you say it. This hasn't really changed that much. He's just really crucial for kind of any INFERNOBLE build that you play. I'll just go over him quickly. If you control a Fire Warrior monster, you special on this card from your hand. If summoned this way, you can treat this card as a tuner. Excuse me, treat this card as a tuner. You can only special summon INFERNOBLE Knight Renaud once per turn this way. I feel like I say his name different every video. This is the third one. But if this card is special summoned, you can target one of your Fire Warrior monsters or one of your equipped spells that is banished or in your graveyard, set another copy of this card, and then you add it back to your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. I bumped Roland down to 1 because, I mean, he's good, but I just need to make room for the Noble Knight stuff. If you want to run more of him, you could keep in mind this is an INFERNOBLE/Noble Knight build. And I actually like Roland. If you don't want to play him at all, that's fine, but I like him. I think he's good. He has a quick effect where you can target one face-up monster you control, and you equip this card from your hand to that target as an equipped spell that gives that monster 500 attack. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there this turn, you can add 1 Fire Warrior monster, accept another copy of this card, or 1 equipped spell from your deck to your hand. You only use this effect once per turn. You only use each effect once per turn as well. So next up, I'm running 2 Oliver. What Oliver does is when he's an equipped spell, your opponent cannot target the equipped monster or card effects, and you only use each effect once per turn. And you can send 1 Fire Warrior monster or 1 equipped spell from your hand or face up field to the graveyard, and then you special summon this card from your hand as a level 1 monster, which is really cool because he's a tuner, so that does help out. And then if this card is in your graveyard, you can target 1 warrior monster you control and equip this card to that monster you control, which is really cool. I'm also running 2 Ogier, whatever. I bumped this down just to make room for things, and actually it's been working pretty well with 2 and 2. I apologize for the glare. I'm trying out a new setup, but anyway, so when this card is an equipped spell, the equipped monster cannot be destroyed by card effects. You can only use each of the following effects of INFERNOBLE Knight Ogier once per turn. If this card is normal or special summon, you can send 1 Noble Arms card or 1 Fire Warrior monster, accept another copy of this card from your deck to the graveyard. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target 1 warrior monster you control and equip this card to that monster you control. Also running an Astolfo, because Astolfo is just really, really great. I bumped Immortal Phoenix Gearfried down to 2 because it actually was getting kind of bricky in this, you know, hybrid build. But I do think you should definitely play it at 1. I tried that a little bit. I think 2 is a little more optimal, but kind of, you know, you can kind of do what you want with this one. I am still playing 3 Sublimation Knight just because this card is really great, and then also 1 Fireflint Lady. Okay, so that's it for the INFERNOBLE package. So let's go into the Noble Knight package. And of course, this is like really flexible. If you want to put in Squeak Knight, you know, the Violon Sphere, all that stuff, you know, do it. That's fine. This is what I'm doing. Alright, so to start off the Noble Knights, I'm running 3 Noble Knight Brothers. This card is just so fantastic. Kind of in any Noble Knight build that you play, because what it does is this card can only attack if you control exactly with 3 Noble Knight monsters and no other monsters. When this card is normal summon, you can special summon up to 2 Noble Knight monsters from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except Noble Knight monsters, which isn't really going to be a big deal because in this deck we really focus on turboing out the Noble Knights. And once per turn, you can target 3 Noble Knight and or Noble Arms card in your graveyard, shuffle all 3 back into the deck, and then you draw a card, which is actually really cool, especially if you combo off with using like Joyus or Durandal, because they pop themselves to gain effects, and you just put them back into the deck and, you know, draw a card if you want to do that, or you can keep it in the graveyard, kind of do whichever you want to do. I'm running 2 Madrat. Madrat's just really important in my opinion, and then also a Cussian. I really wanted to play this at 2. I just couldn't really find the room. So if you want to make room somewhere, you could do that. That would be totally fine. I'm also running 1 Boars, 1 Lady of the Lake, and then for the hand traps, I'm just running 2 Ash, because this is a 43 card build. Just a lot of stuff to put in here. So if you'd rather move some things around and play more hand traps, if you'd rather lean more into the Infernobles, a little more into the Noble Knights, you can do that. Like I said, there's a lot of flexibility in this deck. This is just kind of a guide and just showing you guys what I've been doing, and honestly, I've had a ton of fun with this. It's just been a blast. Okay, so that's it for the monsters. I think that's enough, right? It's a pretty good monster count. We are playing 3 Call by the Grave, because we do not want to get Ash, because we do search quite a bit. Also Rhoda, because, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, right? A Phoenix, Divine Sword, Phoenix Blade Steel. This one's just been, you know, pretty steady throughout all of them. And of course, 3 Heritage of the Chalice. This card is absolutely phenomenal. You add a Noble Knight monster or a Noble Arms card from your deck or graveyard to your hand. I love that, or graveyard. That is so cool. I absolutely love that. If your Noble Knight monster equipped with a Noble Arms equipped spell is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, while this card is in your graveyard, you can add this card back to your hand, and then it's a hard once per turn. I'm running 1 Glory of the Noble Knights. If you want to run this and want to run a 3rd Ash, you could do that. That'd be fine. But I like it because it's a quick play spell, and it allows you to target a Noble Knight monster you control and equip it with 1 equipped spell from your deck that can equip to that target. You only activate 1 Glory of the Noble Knights per turn. This is a really, really good card. Like I said, if you don't want to run it, you can run something else as well. I'm running 3 Durandal because this is just absolutely a great card. 1 Joyus, again, if you didn't want to run this one, that would be fine. 1 Caliburn, 1 Destiny, 1 Excalibur. I absolutely love this one. 1 Clarent. I really like Clarent because it allows you to attack directly. I love that. If you'd rather play the one that I can never say, the dark one that pops the set, you could do that as well. And then for the last card, I'm running 1 Until Noble Arms Are Needed once again. I chose to run this over the Horn of Oliphant, or however you say it, because I feel like this synergizes a little bit better with this particular build, because what it does is you excavate cards from the top of your deck equal to the number of Noble Arms equipped spells you control, and if you do, you add 1 of them to your hand. Also place the remaining cards on the top of your deck in any order, so just allowing you set up for your next few turns is really good. And then you can banish this card from your graveyard except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, so keep that in mind. That is a restriction. And then you special summon from your deck 1 Noble Knight monster of a different name for the cards you control or in your graveyard, and it's a hard once per turn. So I do like this. If you would rather run something else, that's fine. And now I'm going to say it again, guys. This is definitely room for flexibility. If you'd rather run Imperm or something, you could do that. There's just several things you can move around for room. But I've had a blast with this build. Alright, so that's it for the main deck. Let's get into the extra deck. So for the Synchros, or well, let's go into the Noble Knight package first. So the Noble Knight package, I'm playing 1 Infernoble Knight Emperor Charles. This card is just absolutely great. I'll go over them real quick. If an equipped card becomes equipped to a monster on the field, even during the damage step, you can destroy 1 card on the field. During the end phase, you can equip 1 equipped spell from your hand or graveyard to this card. Then you can equip 1 Fire Warrior monster from your deck to this card, and it's an equipped spell that gives this card 500 attack. And then they're both hard once per turn. I'm still playing 1 Ignoble Knight of High, however you say that. 1 Captain Roland, excuse me. 1 Artorgus, King of the Noble Knights. Peep that little ultimate rare. I was actually able to grab that before it went up in price. So that's really cool. For those of you who like kind of forgotten, or maybe, you know, just didn't really care what the original Exceeds do, Artorgus is really cool. When this card is Exceed summon, you can target up to 3 Noble Arms equip spells with different names in your graveyard and equip those targets to this card. And then once per turn, detach a material from this card and destroy any number of spell and trap cards up to the number of Noble Arms cards equip spells you control, which is really cool. A Sacred Noble Knight of King Torgus, he basically does the same thing, except he can pop a monster once per turn, so he is really cool. And it doesn't have to be face up or anything, so that is nice. One Sacred Noble Knight of King Cussian, also running 2 Isolde, 2 Tales of the Noble Knights. You could honestly run this one at 3 if you wanted to with this build, and that would be fine. So going away from the Noble Knight package, the Synchro is playing a Herald of the Arclight, a Martial Metal Marcher, and Borload Savage. Now that I actually own one, finally. Pulled 3 of them in my cases opening from Walmart. If you haven't watched that, go do that. I'll link that down in the description below. I'm sorry guys, a Link Cross, a Hauki Fibrax. Before I go any further, you don't have to play this, guys. Like, I know people are so tired of seeing, like, Link Cross, Hauki Fibrax, and then just, like, snoozing for the next 20 minutes. I know y'all tired of that. You guys don't have to play this. You can play other things. Unfortunately, it is a synchro heavy deck as well, even with this hybrid build. So it just kind of synergizes well, but you don't have to do that. Like, you can definitely get away playing with this without that. And then just for the last 2 guys, I'm playing a Boral Sword and an Access Code Talker. You could absolutely substitute either one of these for any rank 4. I almost put in Avermax, but I kind of thought that Access Code just kind of worked a little bit better, but you can really do whatever you want, especially now that Avermax is like a $2 card and Access Code is like a $70 card. So absolutely do what you guys want to do. But that is it for the deck profile, guys. I do hope you enjoyed it. This one, like, I had a blast building the pure one. This one is probably my favorite. I absolutely love the original Noble Knights, and just being able to see them with the Flame Noble Knights and them actually working pretty well together, that's really cool, and I'm really excited about it. And again, I'm gonna say it again, you guys can take this deck and you can go several different ways. You can lean heavier on the INFERNOBLE, you can lean heavier on the Noble Knights, you can just go Hauki Fireback's Link Cross, just go off. You can do whatever you want to do. But yeah, guys, that is it for the deck profile. I do hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. If you're here and you haven't already done so, go ahead and subscribe. I would absolutely love that. If you watched this video and you liked it, give it a thumbs up. That allows my videos to circulate around YouTube a little bit better. And since I am still a very small YouTuber, I greatly appreciate that. And hit the bell so you don't miss anything that goes on this channel. Thanks for watching, guys. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.